Professor Gyampo see NPP primaries now mokono. A contest between science and prophecy. Owie no ogina so e de futu mu odu e de my NPP for. Wachu nyenti a waka say a contest between prophecy and science no. And then your first time I watch your channel, yeah, Mr. Say kindly subscribe and follow us on all other socials. Thank you very much.
Well, I think you are not wrong in coming to that conclusion about selective responses to misconduct and selective responses to some of these attacks. Yes, some may have been sanctioned, but others too may have just been allowed to go scot-free. And if you do that, then the fear and the threat for implosion or disunity, or the threat of making things difficult for them to come together after the election becomes so real. And so I can understand why some are paranoid and why some are afraid that if you don't take care, you will not be able to bring the party together, given the kinds of things that they themselves have said about themselves and against themselves. And then the kind of fodder that would be thrown to also into the body politic when the a real national election is going to be conducted. Samson, I see this contest coming on 31st as a contest between science, whether methodologically flawless or sacrosanct, and prophecy, whether false or exact. A contest between science and prophecy. Why do I say so? Yes.
Which one is the science?
Well, let me develop the point. I said I see the contest, what is going on as a contest between science and then prophecy. I've followed Musa Dankwa. I followed his posts in the lead up to the 2024 elections.
He was the only one proving right.
He was described as a Lotto forecaster, and there were a lot of derogatory terminologies and descriptions that were tagged or labeled, on him, but he was proven right, and he's been consistent following that. But I've also seen some very calm, quiet, revered prophets who ideally would not speak, but this time they have been forceful in articulating that they have also seen something, God has revealed something to them. I'm sure we are all men of faith here.
And the NPP people, they get a vision for. Most of the time, the prophecies are on NPP contest.
Well, so he's also come out forcefully, and then so I kept asking myself that, well, this man doesn't really speak. But for him to openly come out like this, then we are in for a showdown in that contest between science, where Musa Dankwa now tells us that he's polled committed voters.
But Prof. Fakabo has told us that these prophecies, good riddance, because they take the Musa Dankwa's reports. That's what he says. They take them and then they go and see this professor and say, this is how it is going. So go and say it. And they go say it.
The person training now say unity and kabom. And what's a by now NPP for more paper back. Dear free NDC for no. And come on bomu da dampo and son a primaries yaba. A primaries usually a bawasing situation and I say case nina. Because we story I know you way, no way you way, camp I know you way, not camp is you way. NPP for behave to say dear, oh no be any nyansa. Obi any nyansa na worry mu crampo no. Se when you know yet to say the obi any nyansa, worry na was at least a do baby or saba mu Jimmy for kakra. Na when you know more equal back on the bia to say obi any nyansa, a chain in your queen, dear beba na ebe. Mu behave to say the penny be any party no. And so pennyfo e wo hono respectable pennyfo e wo hono hwe ndisi hono ndisi fo beye dom beye bia ba sie don keti asore na okasa pe obi aho adwo na wada ho ye hu bibi sa o MPP mu obia ne wono mo bu obi e wo MPP ekuo ni mu mo pe power e dey free ndisi fo hono no a mo ye sei wenti obi asem na we kodi ntro to obi so we ko keka we ato obi so na we aka we na we asore Sani de pepper. Sa any the pepper. Someone share ya 2028 and na more sa to if you said the motena. Because end is for buying, would see go phone call more moody just economy no a year man call for a year at the man call for. Would see the omoke cana and call for a feel is okay. 2025 year the basic this January just say go for a okay. Na se NDC 4 year on ho ase ya kakakakakaka etumi em economy no ye mre se de nkofo ehu nana so mo kanon saa de kokosi 2028 na ene na ede na mo so mo de ba on board because why na oti baby an ho edwo na oso pese aha okọ baby an ho be kire no because me dwen ho a menti ase me dwen ho a menti ase. So when we year 2028 election, it will be based on the economy. It will be based on the economy because then this buy no economy need the American no nkomo and commodity akoso just say nkofo okay. We share other platforms, social media platforms, and even say oko market. Uti nkofo oh sisi ade okay. Oh sisi ade neme mo emre, sisi ade neme bo ayefo. And to say ya if I say the nkofo are satisfied with what is going on in the economy no. Sa the kokosi 2028 na yesan general elections na what do you think is going to happen? More power now, more peno, more benya. I already nagasa more come home to dada. More come home to a beya anka right after the primaries no. Whoever wins, then your wherever mo unity no more kwa fefi no. E poase no be koko rana mo fefi no mo kofa na mo unity no enye adwuma na mo ntena se NPP for impenifo intellectuals mo mani nya adwuma. Mo mani nya adwuma. Na enye se ne de pepper because o ka se me na me ye mahama na se me ye NDC ni na ma pepper ma benya pa ni se ya me hu se nkofo bo ma paso with what I'm doing with currently no me ba be sisanya me me ho se still na no me ma ne ma okay so the be ya election ye kwa e beto ama me while you guys are trying to fight for the power also be fighting so bet na say be fighting to sit down as to hold on to the power now when you know. I'm here CBD TV and I'm saying make sasa. Patrona first time we share, kindly subscribe and keep your comments coming. I know for sure say we will comment right after watching Professor Gyampo's submission. And please let all comments be decent. See you in the next video.